evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, isn't it wild that we're meeting at 7 p.m. and it literally feels like we're on a mad one?
I am wrecked. 7 p.m. on a Thursday. I'm just so tired.
But I just feel like we're coming out. It's so late. We're going to be home so late.
Yeah, I know. It's going past my bedtime
I really hope
rapidly.
we're going to be home before 8:30. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what we're going to do.
I've actually, for the first time in my life, started going to bed at 9:30.
Thank
You know
goodness.
how I struggle with that. I'm a
do.
real night owl. I don't like getting up in the morning. I like being up till like midnight. I love the night.
You're maturing.
And now I'm like, I physically can't do that because I will be waking up at 6:30 every morning.
You will be.
And so if I go to bed at midnight, it's simply not enough. Plus, you know, the bonus wakes that happen so every so often. So then you got to get to bed.
You've got to get to bed.
Gotta
I'm proud
get to
of
bed.
you.
Yeah. It's really boring, but it's good for me.
Good job.
Thank you. Thanks so much. How are you?
Pregnant.
You're so pregnant.
I'm so pregnant.
Also, I feel like it's really gone from not zero, but it's gone from like, I'm a bit pregnant to like, are you giving birth today?
Well, this is how I feel. I feel like you and I have basically forgotten my whole pregnancy that I'm pregnant.
I can no longer forget.
And it's also because I'm wearing a tight t-shirt today.
I like it. Embrace the bum.
Well, do you know what it is? It's actually my new tactic to try and look thinner to show off the bump.
You have to.
Do you know what I mean?
If you try and hide the bump at this state of pregnancy, you look obese. You have to show that you're pregnant.
So anyway, that's my strategy.
Yeah.
I'm wearing black, you know, I thought it would
You look
offset
great.
it. But oh well.
Do you want to try reacting normally?
No, I just don't want to be that person to be like, no, I don't, because I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay, can we not talk about this, please?
Okay.
I can't, as in no 7.5 month, 8 month, like pregnant woman wants to talk about how they look.
Yeah, fair.
No, but literally that's how I feel. I feel like I've just ridden through this pregnancy.
Yeah, you have.
And then suddenly got up one day and be like, oh my God, I'm so pregnant.
So now your baby is like what?
I've got 7 weeks to go.
Wow.
And on one side, that feels like no time at all.
Yeah.
But also on the flip side, 7 weeks for the worst bit of the pregnancy does feel.
Yeah, it's like, where are my
really
organs
long.
going to go in the next 7 weeks?
Yeah, it's
How
like,
am I going to do anything?
You know that, I don't know if you've heard that like viral song that's like, I've been pregnant for way too long. That's literally how I feel right now. So yeah, no.
I love that. 7 weeks. Are you ready? Like, what's the deal? Like, have you moved Joey into a different room and that remains the nursery? Oh no, because in the beginning they're in your room.
So I can say, hand on my heart.
Yeah.
We have not done a single thing to prepare for this baby.
Perfect. I mean, you have all the stuff. So
We've got all the stuff.
Yeah.
We do probably need to buy a cot, but not even.
No.
We've got the snooze pod from first time round.
Yeah, which Joey loved. So
which she slept all of nothing in. We've got a pram from first time round. We're not going to buy another pram. We're just going to see how it goes.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah.
Do you have a name?
Well, we have a front runner.
Are you going to share it?
I'm not going to share it on the pod now.
Okay. Are you going to share it with me?
Only because I just don't need the opinions.
Are you going to tell me?
I think I've shared it with you.
Is it the one I love?
No, that's the one that Ben vetoed. So I really liked Billy with an IE.
love
I'm having
Billy.
a girl. But Ben thought it was cringe to name both of your daughters boy names. He thought it was like, okay, we get it. It's cool the first time round, but can you calm down the second time round?
I see his point.
So
I just love Billy as a name.
love Billy.
Yeah, it's so cool.
But so we have a front runner, which, to be honest, initially Ben vetoed.
Okay.
However, I've really persisted.
Yeah.
And he has come round to it a bit. And my general strategy is just not to talk about it.
Okay,
because
good. Yeah.
the longer we wait, I feel like my negotiating power really grows in the situation.
100%.
And it obviously comes to the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone's given birth
yeah.
or seen someone they love give birth,
yeah.
you know, if you're then talking about the name,
Yeah.
honey, sweetheart, you name the baby whatever you want. That's what I'm hoping
My
for.
one piece of advice is just do make sure you independently really love it, because you're quite competitive. And I feel like what happened with me is that every name that Joe vetoed, I was like really determined to get it back on the list, and then I was like, wait, what do I actually like anymore?
No,
so just make sure of that.
I've really thought about it, and I really do like this name. I actually stole it off a friend who had a boy.
Nice.
And she gave me her girl list, and this was is
she done?
No.
Okay.
But you can't.
No, I agree.
She gave it to me also.
I agree. You gave me a name. You gave me a name. It's, we like to share names.
We do.
Clothes and names are things girls share.
Exactly. So I feel pleased about it. So yeah, I'm just really just now not speaking about it at all.
It's a really good strategy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
like
really
it.
pleased.
Because also he will start to just not be able to come up with anything besides that name. It will just be what keeps coming.
Well, we had a big breakthrough the other day when he referenced the bump as the name.
Oh, well, you're done. You're sorted.
I don't want to. He listens to the pod, so Ben, I'm not counting my chickens. Just so
can you tell me
sweetheart.
and we bleep it out?
Oh, yeah, sweet. I think it is nice. Anyway, it's annoying for the listeners for me to speak about the name without them knowing the name. But
what I will say is I think it goes really well with Joey.
Thank you.
I feel like we can give that as a hint. Let them guess.
To be honest, it's really hard to name your kid because you need to name a child and an adult at the same time.
Yeah.
You don't want to go too traditional, but you don't want to go too crazy.
Yeah.
And all of the best names, the most popular names.
Yeah, that's the issue we have. Yeah.
But,
just stating, Leo, it's one of the best names.
It's one of the best
objectively.
Names. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm good. Apart from, literally being a waddler.
I love every time we come in the podcast, I'm like, how are you? You're like, I'm fine. I'm good.
I'm fine.
I'm great.
I feel like you've had a big week.
I'm dressed this way because I was in the office today.
You do look very smart.
I'm back in my office attire. And yes, it does fit. Thank you everyone for noticing.
Sorry, I literally said before this pod, your skinniness is so triggering for me.
I really appreciate that so much.
Yeah, it's really pissing me off.
If you tell me you're starting to worry about me, I've really...
No, not yet. But I'm sure the wedding diet's going to get swinging and I'll be worried about you shortly. But no, so far you just look fab.
Thank you so much.
So what, you went into work today?
I went into work today.
Goodness.
It is goodness. It is goodness because...
But you didn't start work.
No, so for context, I did a keep in touch day, a kit day, which fellow mothers will know what that means.
Fellow corporate girlies.
Fellow corporate girlies, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I'm my one and only kit day, I might add. Really haven't put that much effort into get the kit days in because I'm like, how do people do that? Like, you need someone to do childcare all day long to do a kit. Anyways, whatever. So I had a kit day today. Joe took the day off work because we weren't actually sure that Leo was going to have a day today, but he actually did. But I'll get into nursery in a moment because he's also started nursery.
Well,
it is all
nursery kids now.
happening. I can't believe it. Anyways, I went into work. It was obviously lovely to see everyone again. My main thing is just today was such a big day logistically that I'm like, wow, this is about to be our everyday life.
What do you mean?
Just okay, so a few things, right? One, it's the longest I've gone without seeing Leo bar our sleepover. Because I was gone from 8:30 till 5:30.
Yeah. Which
when I go back to work, that's on the days where I'm not picking him up. I would actually see him for it would be even longer than that, right? It's because I didn't actually, it was not a full on day, obviously, because I'm not working at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But so that's one thing is wow, the amount of time away is actually extreme.
Yeah.
Having spent every waking minute with this baby for almost a year.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is extreme.
Yeah.
And then obviously Joe today had the day off. So the whole nursery, getting him to nursery and picking him up was easy from that perspective, but it was still in the morning, getting him ready for nursery in time and all of that when I had to get ready for work. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be our daily day. I currently don't understand because obviously everyone does it. And I'm currently how am I going to do that?
I feel like that's what motherhood is. It's a chapter of realizing that the mothers before you are superhuman.
Yes, but now that it impacts me, it's not okay.
I know, it's not.
Before I was like, come on girls, you got this. Now I'm like, do I got this?
Well, I feel like it is quite a complicated topic because I think if in the research, Asterisk, no research in this conversation at all. Yeah. But I think the research, like studies of women, if you ask women today what their ideal would be, I think the research shows that the majority of women, if they could, would choose to go back to work part-time. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just not feasible for almost every woman.
But I'm really, and I know we've discussed this before, but like, I'm really having one of those moments where like I'm not quite sure how to get it right, because like mom guilt is so real, right? Yeah. And like okay, let's, if we're gonna get into nursery in a moment,
please,
for now, right? So like when I first actually left him and I handed him over and was gone for 2 hours.
Settling in.
So yes. So he was meant to have a settling in week last week. Day one, we went in together for an hour. Yeah. He was great. He loved it. Great. He was like really getting involved in their music time. Yeah. Shaking his maracas, having a lovely time, smiling at everyone. It was like, they were like, now we're doing snack time. They gave him a huge bowl of potatoes and cheese and beans, which he finished. The other babies were like having one spoonful. He was having had a full lunch before we got there and wanting dinner later on.
He's going to be one of those kids where they give you like how much they've eaten, like lunch plus.
Yeah, because also they obviously give every kid enough for them to definitely not be hungry. Yeah. But it's not meant to be like eat every bite you receive at any time. Anyways, so he was great that day. The next day, I only handed him out for like an hour and a half. And I literally passed him over at the door. He didn't cry. He smiled at the woman. He recognized her from the day before. And then I went to sit in a cafe for an hour because they were like, just stay nearby in case, And I just had this thought of like, this feels so fucked up. Like, it just feels so weird that like, I've just handed over my baby, like in preparation for going to work, for being paid, for paying you to take care of my baby. But then I was like, but I don't want to be a stay-at-home mum, right?
For 7 days a week.
For 7 days a week, that doesn't fulfill me, and I'm happy to say that. Like, I don't think that's what brings me happiness either, to do that all of the time. And then obviously also as days went on a bit, and I had a bit of free time, I was like, oh, this is quite nice. Also, what's been really good is so far he hasn't cried.
I was just about to say, has he cried?
No. Did I Google what does that mean for his attachment? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Did I ChatGPT on day 3?
Does him not crying mean I'm a bad mother?
Yeah. Is he meant to cry? Because everyone's like, oh, it's really hard when they cry when you leave them. Yeah, he smiles, waves goodbye.
You've got to count your blessings.
I am. And also what they keep saying to me, like, it's not a guarantee it will stay this way, obviously.
I was just about to say, obviously, I think it's really good to go into anything with expectations on the floor. Yeah. And I think I said this to you, but Joey didn't cry for the first few days. Yeah. And then the second week when it hit home, then she started crying. So
Leo was meant to have a settling in week last week. Monday was great. Tuesday, short amount of time, was great. Wednesday, woke up with a 39-degree fever. Yeah. Which I was expecting illness to come from nursery.
But 3 hours in.
I was not expecting it on day 3, having spent around 17 minutes in the room. So I was like, okay. So then I was like, oh, at least I get to spend time with him again. About 4 hours after taking care of a sick baby, I was like, when can they take him back?
But this is the thing. And also, you know what's crazy? And not to be like a wino about it, but when they actually go to nursery and they get sick, you're paying for that.
I know.
You're also paying for, and I know this sounds obvious, but I didn't actually I did.
Holiday.
I
know.
So we've just decided to take a really last minute trip to Mallorca. We're going in like a week or something. And I did just check with my friends that have got their babies in nursery. I was like, do they give you like an allowance of time that you can take off? Or something.
Can I negotiate that?
But like the reality is that so whenever you book a holiday, you're adding 500 quid for taking your kid out of nursery.
That's correct.
So before you've even done a single thing, you're paying £500.
Yeah, lush for taking care of your baby. Yeah.
So Ben went skiing for 3 days at the beginning of the week. And so I had, for those 3 days, I had work 2 days and then I obviously looked after her the third day, but did it all on my own. And it was, to your point, mental that people do that all the time. But I found myself, like, when I was walking into nursery to pick her up at the end of the day, and I saw all these other, like, responsible parents, it was kind of like an out-of-body experience. And I'm interested if you have this. Just about, sometimes you just have a wake-up call that, like, oh my God, I'm a responsible
I'm
adult.
The one in charge.
Like, I'm going to pick up my daughter from nursery.
No.
And I was like, no. I just want to go on, like, an all-inclusive holiday and, like, drink for 7 days. Like, I just want to, like, eat chocolate cake for dinner. Like, how has my life got to the point where literally a doll runs my life? Let me just, like, clarify that. Not my daughter. Her doll runs our life. Like, literally, she's just like come into this new phase of just, like, loving her dolly, where we cannot leave the house without Dolly. We cannot do anything without
I almost
Dolly.
took it home accidentally the other day.
Well, that would have been a big fucking problem for me, let me tell you. We have to bring Dolly's buggy everywhere, which, by the way, she wants to push for 20 seconds and then mum carries it or dad carries it for the rest of the time. God forbid if, like, literally, I live in fear that Dolly's going to fall out of the pram one day and we're going to lose her. And then
she's having a bit of postpartum anxiety, Joey is. So we can't have Dolly have any accidents.
Literally, when she wakes up from any nap, you go see her. Hello, darling, baby. Literally, she's like
really
insane.
sweet.
She's insane with this doll.
Yeah, and you know what's weird? One day she just won't care about her anymore. And you can't wait for that day.
Well, right now, I honestly, like, I think about doll. But sorry, it's not doll, it's baby.
Baby.
I think about baby the whole
Maybe
time.
she's practicing how to be a big sister.
Yeah. That is the one silver lining. Is she is lovely with baby.
Aww.
And when we're in public, she'll go, baby poo. And I was like, sweetheart, I'd be very surprised if baby's gonna poo. But no, it's really sweet. And so, yes.
She actually, I noted that Joey was really good at being gentle really early on. I told Leo to be gentle with our visiting baby the other day. He bit his toe.
Oh no.
In my defense, I wasn't in the room. It was my friend was on the floor with both babies. She was like, I thought he was just, like, going in for a play, bit his toe. He was like, screamed more than when he got his jabs.
I think it's boys.
He's going through a proper biting phase. It's actually a real problem because he's like, and he's 10 months old. So I'm like, how do I discipline a 10-month-old?
That's so difficult.
Do you? Like, I always
because you don't want to be that parent.
I just always, like, distract him because I'm like, he doesn't really know, but I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then I deviate I distract him with something else. But I am like, how do I?
God, thank God that's not your nipple though.
Oh no, he bites my nipple.
Oh.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful.
See, for me, I've always said, as soon as they get teeth, however old they are, we're done.
Yeah, so fair. Yeah. But once again, the boob is coming in very handy after nursery crankiness, tiredness. Yeah, I am going to have to get him off it soon. Because the biting is not for me. No, it's not the one. He also has 4 teeth, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. So it's a real, it's a sore moment, let me tell you.
Well, I'm glad for you that the nursery seems to be going well.
I think bar, like, the illness, and the other thing is, like, now he's not really eating that much at nursery, and they're being like, he hasn't really eaten that much today. And I just, like, when you know in your core that, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, they think, like, oh, is he not really? I'm like, no, I know he eats. So he's, like, just coming off the back of the illness.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to tell myself, like, all the difficulties that are right now are transition difficulties, and, like, we're just going to keep going and it's going to normalize itself, and I think it's going as well as it can be.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Given that obviously the second he has a meltdown when I leave him, I will be quitting my job.
You'll pass away. Yeah.
But until that
Goodbye,
day,
good luck.
We're doing really well, thanks.
You look very smart.
Thank you. I have to ask you for some advice.
Oh.
Because that's never good.
Hit me, baby.
Well, basically, as our listeners know, I'm getting married this year.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Woohoo! That's why you're so fucking skinny.
Woo! Thank you so much. However, as with everything with parenthood, potentially slightly underestimated having a baby while wedding planning, and then having the actual wedding, and then having a honeymoon. Yeah. Can we call it a honeymoon with an 18-month-old in tow?
Interesting. We need to dive in.
Yeah. So firstly, wedding planning. I feel like there would have been a time maybe 5 years ago where I would have like really gotten into it and cared, because I quite like making a plan, and
you used to be head of events.
I did at a time in my life. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Really not
enjoying.
No, it's not like, it's fine, but it's just quite interesting for me observing myself, because that's definitely one of the things that, at least motherhood has changed right now, where I feel very time poor, that I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
I
don't care what colour the napkins
are.
like
just they keep being like, oh, or we have this special. I'm like, nah, no tablecloths, just as it is, fine. Band, fine. Just like, florist, fine.
Why don't you outsource?
Because I'm too far in now.
Okay.
It's like I don't
mean to a professional. I mean to like, you have friends that really like doing this stuff. I have one in mind in
Louisa
particular.
Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, she found your venue.
She did, but she's also busy.
She is.
And she's planned a wedding.
You can outsource food to me.
Food's done.
Okay.
Also, you are about to be very busy.
True.
Anyways, the plan, it's fine. Like, I can do it. It's that bit's fine. It's more just interesting that I'm like, ugh, whatevs. But I'm really struggling about the logistics around, like, what am I going to do with my baby?
On your wedding day.
Yeah.
This is actually... So I had a inkling that you were going to... Because offline we've been talking a bit about your honeymoon, and I'm guessing we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
So I had an inkling you were going to talk about that, and I was actually going to ask you, what is your plan with Leo? Because I do think you need someone that is completely responsible for him on the day.
Yes, I agree.
Who is that?
I think a nanny.
Okay.
Because obviously...
I've got the best idea.
Okay.
So your nursery might do this.
Yes, I thought about
Their
this.
key worker.
Yeah, I thought about this.
Like, we got sheets to say everyone at the nursery can do babysitting.
Yeah.
So just Leo's favourite person.
Yeah. You know what's really cute? Our nursery, they don't get assigned one. They choose one.
Oh.
So like they look across like a 2-week period about who the baby gravitates towards.
But what if all the babies gravitate to the
same
same
I think it might be a lie.
Yeah. That kind of sounds
like, they really like Melissa. He's there like Anyway, so I think that's a good option. Just to set the scene, right?
Please.
So the night before the wedding, we're having like a pub get together. Anyone who's making a weekend of it and is in the area can come to the pub.
Lovely.
Drinks, whatever. We have actually booked currently to stay at that pub that evening. Then the next day, the wedding day, we are staying at the actual venue, right? Yeah. And then I think we're actually going to stay one more night, but that's kind of besides the point. Now, the other day I was like, obviously we want someone to be responsible, not only the wedding day, but probably the night before.
Definitely.
Because we're going to be busy, like, saying hello to people.
100%.
And everyone we'd usually ask to look after him, obviously, is a big part of the wedding. It's like parents, family, best friends, like, it's like, we don't want to put that on anyone else. Yeah. And obviously, like, so for example, Joe's mum's like, I'm really happy to have him in the morning of the wedding and get him ready and stuff. And I'm kind of the mind of like, if you want to do that, that's lovely, but I don't actually want it to be your responsibility. Yeah. Like, if you want to be there, amazing. But I don't want her to feel like I now have to babysit the whole time, right? Yeah. So I think I need to get someone to basically be around from Friday afternoon until Sunday.
100% agree.
Yeah. My problem is I do not want to spend my wedding day thinking, oh my God, who is this person? Can I trust them? So obviously the key worker thing is one idea. But besides that, like, do I now find a nanny who we have a few times beforehand and then she comes to the weekend? Like, how do you navigate this stuff?
Yeah, I think you have to.
Okay.
I think you have to. In the same way that you get a hair trial and a makeup trial for the wedding day.
Yeah.
I think it's a non-negotiable.
Please come over for 3 hours. I'm just going to watch you.
No, but I think you just get a night nanny.
Interesting.
For example.
Interesting.
And you have, a night nanny that you trial a couple of nights, which will be nice for you and Joe to have. Yeah. You could do, you know, you could treat yourself. You could do one night a week.
Yeah.
For a month or 6 weeks.
1 night a week? Wow.
Well, you know,
wow.
Whatever. Let's give it to yourself as a wedding gift.
Yeah.
And then honestly, God, this is such a good idea. Give it to yourself as a wedding gift. In the run up, do 1 night a week.
Yeah.
You and Joe can go out on lovely date nights.
Yeah.
You trial the night nanny. You get a full night's sleep. It's probably going to be a great gig for the night nanny, because let's be real, like, he's a pretty good sleeper. Most night nannies come for newborns.
Yeah.
But then you can get comfortable with them.
I feel weird about someone being in my house.
Okay, well, get over it.
Okay.
You need to enjoy your wedding, and you don't want to be thinking about being a parent. And then they can come for your wedding.
Okay.
You either need to do that, or you've got 3 options.
Okay.
You either need to do that, or you need to fully commit to a nursery person.
Yeah.
And just pay them to stay overnight as well. And just speak to them about that. I'm sure there is someone in the nursery that, as long as you pay them loads of money, like, you know, they'll do it.
God. Also, sorry, getting married in this day and age is insane, money-wise.
Insanity. It's best not to think about
I'm just like, what are we actually doing? We're already committed for life by a literal human being. How much am I spending on flowers?
Yeah. How much are you spending?
I don't want to talk about it, but...
Please, I told you the name. We can bleep it out.
No, I can't. I can't.
Please.
No, offline.
I'll tell you how much we spent. We're going to bleep it out.
Yeah, but I'm too scared that it'll get messed up.
Oh my God, you're such a weirdo. Okay. Fine. What a freak.
I think it's going to be like... What's it going to cost?
I just meant the flowers.
Oh.
Not the whole wedding.
Okay, what was your whole wedding?
I'm not saying... No, I'm with you on that one, hon. No, I'm not asking you how much your whole wedding is going to cost. I'm also asking you how much the flowers are going to cost.
You need to cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out. But anyway, so those are your 2 options. Or the third option is what you said that you didn't want to do, which I think is very nice of you. But it is just to, like, you know...
Have shifts.
Yeah. And so, you know, Joe's sister takes him for this section. His mum takes it for this section. And you just have to trust that they're all doing it.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably nicer and better to do a professional.
Yeah.
Because then also the family can still interact and enjoy the baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But it means that, you know, the professional is just in the corner watching and doing all of the practicalities, which you just do not need to be thinking about.
Yeah, for some reason, I feel weird about it.
Yeah, well, you're just going to have to get on board with it, because this is your wedding, and you know, you're spending an absolute fortune, and you really can't be worrying about parenting.
Oh, it's so dumb. Weddings.
But you know, so I actually have some info for you. I'll give you a bit of information to go off, and then I'm going to make you guess.
Okay.
So just so you know, just under half of babies are born into unmarried parents.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So many bastards.
47 to 49%.
I thought we were chic and modern.
No, you're not. You're just but
we're just
one of 2.
We're just normies.
Yeah, you're normies.
We're just normies who didn't get their act together.
Yeah. Do you want to guess what proportion of the people that had babies out of wedlock then got married after?
Oh, interesting. I reckon half of them, again, got married.
20%.
Okay.
So 1 in 5 people who had a kid unmarried married later in life.
Okay, so we're a bit chic there.
You're a bit chic.
Okay. So basically you're saying we're pretty unusual, Joe and I.
I'm saying that... I don't even know what I'm saying.
No, that's fair. I mean, my maid of honor actually got married when she had a baby who was the same age that Leo will be. And at the time, she was like, wow, don't do this.
Well, do you actually want a couple of stories that I found? So I've got 2 stories that...
Don't, because I'm actually really close to being like, this is not worth it. Let's not get married.
No, you have to get married.
Oh, do we?
You have to get married.
Yeah.
Because I think it's nice.
Okay.
But, and this is probably the wrong thing to say, but I don't think you need to have a big wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you want one.
Yeah.
We've been through this. We've talked through this at length, and we've concluded that you do want a big wedding.
I just want a big party.
Yes, no, that's bullshit.
Okay.
We've been through this.
Okay.
Admit it.
Yeah.
We've quizzed on that. But you actually, you want to have a nice dress and walk down the aisle.
Yeah, listen, the first year after having a baby, a lot of back and forth on what you want, you know?
Okay.
It's not a time for decisions.
Okay,
I change
fine.
my mind a lot for what I want.
Well, listen, this is no indication,
Uh-huh.
but these like made me chuckle.
Yeah.
So first one, so these were from parents that had their babies at their wedding.
Lovely.
Number one, during the ceremony, everything went perfectly. The music had played. I'd walked down the aisle. The vows were about to begin. The officiant.
Why do you always do this to me?
Sorry.
Registrar.
The registrar got to the classic line, if anyone here has a reason why these two should not be married. There was a pause. Then my 2-year-old stood up from the front row and yelled, I do! Everyone froze. I knew that he was actually playing a game we'd played earlier where we kept asking him questions and he'd shout, I do, in honor of the wedding day as loudly as possible. Just unfortunately, this was the one question that didn't work with the game.
But see, that's cute.
That is cute.
I would like it if that happened.
Cute.
That's cute.
The other one, at our wedding, we asked our 4-year-old nephew to be the ring bearer. He started brilliantly, confidently walking down the aisle, holding the pillow. Halfway down, he stopped, then turned round and shouted to his mum, I'm done now, mum. Then he put the pillow on the floor, walked back up the aisle and sat down on the floor. Fortunately, the best man legged it up the aisle to retrieve the rings, and we managed to complete the rest of the ceremony without a glitch. When we saw our nephew later on, he said without a bother, too many people were looking at me.
Yes, so fair. I love that. I'm very happy with that kind of chaos.
Are you going to have little ring people? Flower girls. Flower girls. You're going to have flower girls.
You're going to have little ring people from the Shire. Yes, I'm going to have 3 flower girls, my nieces, and Leo's going to be our ring bearer. Oh. Yeah. And I think I'm going to get my youngest niece to walk down the aisle with him because it's going to be hilarious. Because
how old's Leo going to be?
Well, yeah, he probably won't be walking. 18 months.
Bless.
Will he? 15 months? May, June, July, August. 15 months.
So he may or may not be walking.
Yeah, he may not be walking.
I think if I were to bet, will he be walking? I would bet no.
Yeah, fair.
Only because Joey didn't walk until 16 months.
Yeah.
And the whole NCT group had bets on her being the first one.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it just takes them quite a long time to actually get from looking like they're about to walk to actually. And Leo looks like he's miles off.
He doesn't look like he's about to do anything. No. I'm intrigued to see. I'll let you guys know.
So the honeymoon.
Yes. So that's actually, to be honest, that's the bigger issue. Because the wedding, like you are right, we need to just find a solution. We will work it out. But the honeymoon, so we're going on a 3-night mini moon right after the wedding where Joe's parents have really kindly agreed to take Leo for 3 nights. Which means I know he's going to have a lovely time with them. We're not going to go abroad. We're just going to go somewhere in the UK. It's going to be August, so hopefully weather will be nice.
I've got so many suggestions.
I don't want to like faff around traveling for a day. So we're just going to.
Also, I've got to say, 3 nights is so much.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like that is amazing.
Yeah. And so I'm pleased with that. I always knew that if we're going to do like a 2 or 3 week long honeymoon, which we are hoping to do, or holiday, I should say. Mm-hmm. I want to take him with us because I'm not going to leave him for that amount of time. And our initial plan, which may still be our plan, is to go to Japan because we both really want to do a big trip there. And then as we were sitting down and like thinking about the things that we might want to get up to in Japan, we were like, yeah, we're going to have a toddler. And everything we discussed doing, we're like, how are we? Ooh. So then suddenly we were like, are we being crazy for trying to have the kind of holiday we always wanted to do as a honeymoon now that we have a baby? Or actually, is it like, no, why put things off? Like, just do the best that you can with it. See what you want to see. And you just have to be open to being flexible and changing your day. And we don't quite know where we're going to go with that.
Well, I think you just need to be realistic that it's not going to be the same holiday.
No, of course.
But that doesn't mean that you can't go on that holiday. It's just going to be a different type of holiday.
Yes.
And you will have to completely re-architect the plans.
Yeah.
I think, and we've discussed this a little bit offline, my conclusion of it, and the thing that would, to be honest, put me off Japan is the time difference.
Yeah, very jet laggy.
Which just like, it won't be the baby's fault. But I mean, you know, and please, if you've got experience with this, please write in because I'm very interested. But presumably, I mean, they don't fucking know daytime's nighttime now.
Yeah.
So what, it's going to take at least a week where you're going to be like up all night? And
I don't know. I assume it's one of those things where like it could be completely messed up or weirdly fine.
Yeah.
And you just don't know.
So my advice to you was, and I do stand by this, is if you are in a scenario where Joe can take 3 weeks off work, or you can both architect it in a way with the excuse of a honeymoon that you can both take 2 to 3 weeks off work, that is a once in a lifetime trip.
Yeah.
And like, I know technically everything is once in a lifetime because like, you know, everyone gets older and things change, but you want to have multiple children, capturing a moment where you and Joe still just have Leo, that is so special.
I agree.
And if you can go away for 2 to 3 weeks, and like you've got your whole life to go to,
like family resorts with
childcare and do all of that. Like, would you have a really nice, wholesome, relaxing time? Yeah, of course. But like, I do think if you can embrace the opportunity to do something a bit different, spend a bit of money that, you know, you otherwise couldn't stomach spending, I think fucking go for it.
Yeah, good advice. Anyways, if anyone has done this who's listening, please can I have some advice?
Yeah. Well, I actually very topically have 2 listener write-ins, and I'm going to start with one of them that is actually very on the money.
Okay.
I'm listening to an old episode of the pod where you guys talk about disaster holidays away. Let me tell you about my recent child-free disaster trip.
Oh.
My wife and I had booked a belated honeymoon and so organised childcare for our 18-month. God, this is actually spookily similar.
How serendipitous.
Well, in brackets, we got married before she was born.
Right.
We arranged childcare for our 18-month-old whilst we spent a wonderful week in Morocco.
Wow.
Our flight was booked for Friday the 13th. I should have known. And then on the Thursday night, our daughter got ill, which is, I should add, the 3rd time she's got ill right before a flight. So I think she knows. So we pushed our trip back 2 days, but the only new outbound flight was a connecting one through Paris.
No. Just go to Paris. Just go to Paris.
Well, fortunately, our daughter was better by then and we were back on track.
Okay.
But 10 hours before the London to Paris flight, there was a once-in-a-lifetime snowstorm in Paris. So they cancelled the first leg of the flight.
Don't go to Paris.
And there was no other options to catch our connecting flight to Morocco. We decided the gods were against us and canned Morocco altogether. But in a bid to keep our precious child-free time together, we quickly booked a spa resort that looked like they had a great deal on. We headed to Berkshire, excited for our 5-night spa stay.
Lovely.
When we got there, we noticed the hotel smelled a little funny.
No.
And a lot of people lying on the couches. One man had an eye patch on. Looking further at the clientele, we noticed there were many guests on Zimmer frames and mobility scooters. We were excited to kickstart our romantic getaway nonetheless, so we went up to our room to see twin beds, not a double bed, which also smelled a bit funny. A bit spooked, my wife left the room to go and look round the hotel and spa facilities, from which she came back ashen-faced and instantly said, "We need to go." She then explained she looked into the pool and spa with elderly people half dying around the pool area. She then found the archery site, which was one of our pre-booked activities, with extra large targets a few steps away from the place you launched the arrows. Turns out there was a specialised trip planned for the elderly, and the hotel and spa had been designed for people over 80, hence the special bargain offer. We went to plead with the reception and thankfully they were kind enough to offer us our money back if we left within 10 minutes. As
That's
they could
good of
see,
them.
so good. As they could see, we'd clearly made a mistake. We gratefully legged it out of there and booked into a golf and spa resort nearby to salvage the holiday. Other than the freezing cold and the rain, we had a lovely time. Not quite the Morocco honeymoon we were hoping for, but a couple of childless nights nonetheless.
Oh, goodness.
Do you know what? It just made me feel like it was so good of those reception people. But the fear
Yeah.
and desperation
Yeah.
that must have been on their face
Yeah.
when they were asking that.
Yeah.
I just feel like if anyone of those receptionists had kids, it's you've just got to do it, don't you?
You do.
Their first night away,
Oh my God.
18 months as a kid, the two of them, honeymoon.
Also, I feel like it's like really hard to relax into it anyways, right? And then if you just feel like the whole world is like, don't go anywhere, it must just feel like, poor them.
So anyway,
but you know what? A great story for the books.
Let's pray. Yeah, it is a good story.
I hope they had good sleep.
I thought you were going to say I hope they had good sex.
And I hope they had good sex.
Okay. I didn't ask.
I hope they had good sex followed by good sleep. That's my wish for them. Maybe a cigarette between.
Oh,
lovely.
Hi, Joe's mum. Hi, Di.
Oh, God.
People are wild. Like the other day, I was walking with Joey, with baby, obviously.
Yeah.
And
baby.
This stranger walked over and was like cooing at Joey and then picked baby up who was in the pram and gave baby a cuddle. Like, and I didn't really know what to do because I didn't want to be that mother that was like overreacting.
Yeah.
But also, can you get your grubby hands off my child's like life and joy?
Yeah. Do you remember that time that random woman tried to give me a jumper?
Yes.
And you were about to swipe.
Well,
Leo was like a week old or something.
Yeah. Well, also, I've got to say, I am always constantly analysing like how I would attack people if they came to lunge for the baby.
Yeah.
And that is the closest I've ever got to hitting go on my attack strategy.
No, she was getting close.
Because do you ever think that, like, when you're in a place and someone comes to kind of coo or thing at your baby and you're evaluating, right, if they were to lunge, how could I literally, like, impact the most pain on them whilst making my baby safe?
The most pain on them? I actually haven't. I've had it, like, I haven't had that many incidents with it.
Oh, well, I always think it, and my issue is Ben's the best dad in the world. However, he's not very fast.
Yeah.
And I am not fast.
Yeah.
Now.
Right.
Not the best of times, I would say, but now especially.
Yeah.
And so really, if someone grabs and kidnaps and runs, we are, and I've been over.
But you're not worried about that.
Oh yeah, of course.
You're worried about someone grabbing and kidnapping Joey.
Ben's mum literally said this to me once when we were having breakfast. She's like, "Oh, she's so gorgeous. You know, this means you have to just be careful that she doesn't get snatched."
Stop
and
it.
I was like, I know.
No, stop.
I'd already thought about it.
No,
yeah,
stop
oh my God.
it.
Oh my God, do you not think about that?
No.
Yeah, no, I think about it all the time. And so what I've concluded is that we are 100% going to be reliant on...
I'm just thinking of you being like, okay, but just like 2 days, okay? I'd actually love the time.
If you could just put her down tonight and I will be back right after bedtime.
I'll text you the timings.
No, but I have concluded that it's going to be... The crux of the success is going to be around the quick communication to the public to get them... So like the fastest...
I can't believe how much you've thought about this.
Oh my God, yeah, all the time. So the fastest person in the vicinity, they need to run and get
Joey. My God.
Because I can't. I mean,
I've had this thought once where I've got steps outside of my front door. Yeah. And so it's like a real operation getting him down in the pram. And there was once where I forgot my phone inside. And so I got him down and then I ran back up to grab my phone. And left him on the street.
No, you didn't.
Well, I mean, I was back within 10 seconds, but yeah, I did.
Wow.
He was asleep, mate.
No, but still.
But I
think you need to analyse the kidnapping situation. I probably need to analyse it less. Maybe you need to analyse it more.
But it's interesting because I feel like my like risk awareness, my threshold's quite low, usually, you know? I'm usually worried.
That anxiety-driven brain of yours.
Currently, kind of. But I've never really worried about the snatching.
Okay, well,
but I will say that when I ran back for my phone, I did think, God, that was the only time.
No shit, he was on the street on his own. Anyway, on that note, look after your babies, mums and dads.
Don't leave them unattended on the road, okay?
That's our advice. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.